In this video, we're going to diagnose SOS fault in this Volkswagen ID.3. Let's get to it.
Okay, so you can clearly see already on the cluster here, I'm going to point it with my finger, there you've got the SOS fault, the icon come up. Let me just bring the ignition on. So this comes up, all the other icons come up as well, but then they go off. We only have the seatbelt and SOS that is staying. And at the same time, here, the SOS button, there's a red LED light here that it's clearly indicating there is an issue, there's an error, so that is not functioning properly. So if you've got this and that's showing up there, that means there's an issue with your SOS module. So now we need to connect diagnostics tool and see exactly what's going on. So let's do that first. Right, so we connected the Otis online tool, which is the official Volkswagen tool for diagnostics, which is linked. This is the same tool that Volkswagen dealers have, which is linked directly with online services with Volkswagen. And here you can see you've got the list of all the modules in the car, and the one in the red have issues. We are focusing on the one that is here, which is address 75, and on the bottom here it says emergency call module and communication unit. So this is exactly where we need to go in to see what fault codes are present. So at the bottom you've got tabs here, so we're selecting event memory list, and this is where the fault codes are stored. And now the ones that we want to see is basically here, emergency call module and communication unit 75. This is login here, and you've got two errors, which is backup battery limited service life, backup battery flat. So you've got two of those faults here showing up for us and indicating what is the issue with the SOS module. So when we have this kind of message about the battery, it clearly obviously indicates there's an issue with the batteries. So what we do as a first step in this situation, we connect battery support to the car. So we have this tool here that supports batteries here, and that is now connected directly to the battery in the car, and that will charge up the battery. And this is what technical bulletin information states, that the first instance, charge up the battery with ignition on. So you must have the ignition on in the car. So this has to be on. As you can see, it's on. There's no key, so there's just a button, but everything is on. And what you have to do, you have to charge the battery for 30 minutes and then see if that sorts the issue. So we're gonna leave it for 30 minutes and see what's happening after that. Okay, we had the car on charge for more than 30 minutes. It's been like 45, just in case. We always run it a little bit longer just to make sure it charges properly. So let's see now what's happening, because obviously the fault is still here. It still also shows the red light there, so nothing changed here. But let's have a look what's happening now in the diagnostic tool when we check the faults. So when I get out, actually, this car switches off. So let me just connect the ignition again. So yeah, it's on, and now we're gonna come here. Right, so we've got the screen here again. The two faults that we were showing earlier are still there. So let's now go and see the status of the battery, if it has changed. So we're gonna do diagnostics, and here you've got the battery condition, which says it's normal, but battery charge status is 94, and I've seen it still kind of jumping between 94 and 95, which indicates to us that the battery itself is malfunctioning, is faulty, and we suspect that it's not gonna charge because you can't reset it until it's 100%, and after 45 minutes it's still staying in the same position. So what we need to do, this first step confirms that the battery needs replacing. So this is our second stage. Okay, so now stage 2, we know the battery is not good in the control module, so it has to be replaced. So first we need to allocate where it is located, and in the ID.3 model the SOS control modules are underneath the bench. So we remove the bench, then you have to lift the carpet, and the module itself lives literally, if I can show you here, all the way there you go, that's what it is. And then that's how you take it out. We already removed it because you've got wires sticking out, so these are the wires there.
and the control module is in this bracket. So you take it out, it's got all these connectors that were disconnected already. So that's what we need to now strip and get to check the battery. For the battery itself, a new kit can be purchased directly from Volkswagen. This is the part number that is required for this module, which is 3 Golf 0 915 089. And I'll show you as well how this is the sticker as well, this way, showing exactly the part number and so on. So if we open this, you will see how the battery actually itself looks. So it's a big box for this battery because it's quite small. This is literally what all there is to it. It looks like two AA batteries stuck together pretty much, but that's the kind of size of this battery that needs to be replaced. So it's got a little connector. So we need to open that module that we just got out from the car, remove the old battery, install this one the new one in, and then reset everything using the diagnostic tools. So let's get to it. Okay, so we've got the module out from the bracket, which is just here. So that's where bracket where it was sitting in. So we can put that there. And then we've got this little cover. We already undone the little screw here, so we can remove it. So that will reveal the cover where the old battery is. So there you go. That's where it lives. That's the new battery. So that you can see will replace the old one. It's just, as I said, pretty much two AA batteries stuck together with a little wire sticking out. So we're gonna get this out now and replace it. Okay, module is locked in the bracket, so it's ready to go back in the car. So we can plug it in and do all the diagnostics necessary to reset, and so the car accepts the new battery. Let's do that. Right, so we've got all the connectors plugged in back to the unit, and now what we need to do, we need to slide it into position that is just there. So the whole bracket goes in, and then you'll hear the clicks when it locks into position. So that's back in the car, ready to go. Let's connect the computer now. Okay, now what you need to do now is to go to the guided functions, which is that options there, and then you need to find resetting learning values emergency battery. That's the option we need to select. So that's click run, and then the online connected ODIS will reset these values, and it's showing you the health status 100%, battery charge status 26%, battery status critical because obviously it needs to be charged up from 26% what it is at the moment. So now with this screen on, we need to leave the car charging. So the same thing what we did before when we're trying to charge the original battery. We need to leave it connected so the battery in the car is charged, and at the same time this will be charging and increasing, and once it gets to 100%, then we'll be able to continue here pressing this button. So we just need to leave it for another hopefully 30 minutes or so, let it charge, and see once it's completed, then we'll be able to proceed. Okay, so we've got the battery charged, which I will show you on the diagnostic tool shortly, but just wanted to show you now the instrument cluster here in the car, because the little SOS icon here has disappeared, and it has disappeared because the battery is charged now, so the fault is no longer there. And here you can also see green light, meaning the battery is fully charged. It's okay now, operational, and this should be working now. So what we need to do now is we need to go to the diagnostic tool, ODIS, and reset it all, and then it should be all done really. So let's try that. Right, so back at the ODIS screen here, we're going to go back to address 75, which is there, and it will bring we are in diagnostics now, because for self-diagnostics you can actually read some data rather than in guided functions. So in self-diagnostics we can see battery condition normal, and battery charge status is 98%, and it flickers between 98 99. I don't know if you saw it. It's like 98 99, just flickers between. So on this particular car ID.3, it will not go to 100% because it's in use, and when it's in use it will never go to 100%, but that 98 99% here means it's fully charged, it's normal. So what we need to do now, we need to clear
all the fault codes. So in the fault memory now, it's just reading, and we need to wait for it to allow us to click run. So we've done that now. Select yes, and now it's erasing event memories. So we just need to wait for it to finish, and that should really clear the fault code in the computer in the car as well. So the whole battery replacement should be completed. We're doing it live, obviously, so just bear with us because this whole computer is just doing its thing. It takes a little bit of time. So it's creating continuous list again. You can reread all the codes without any fault ones. And then here, our list, if we go back to address 75 again, it's gone. The red is gone, as you can see, so it's no longer a fault. It's only got red in two places, which obviously is nothing related, so we don't need to go into that. But the address 75 is clear now, no more fault codes. And let's go back again into the car so we can make sure nothing here is right. We still got it ignition on. The icon hasn't reappeared, so it's all good. And as I showed you before, green light, so it's all good. The whole SOS battery replacement is completed. So the only thing that's left for us is really to put everything back together at the back and then release the car to the customer. Right, so one additional thing I want to mention when doing a job like this, when removing the rear bench in any Volkswagen ID.3, you're gonna come across these clips that it kind of clips into to stay in place, and they are going through this hole here. At the moment this is all out, but you can see them here, and it's literally impossible to remove the bench without breaking the internal bit on these clips. The black side that you can see here breaks every time you try to remove the bench. So when you do this job, you always have to replace these clips, or you should at least replace these clips. We have them obviously always, we carry spares because we're doing so many of these jobs. But I'm going to try to show you the part number as well, if this allows me to. Because the writing, the part number is here on the back of it. There you go. So it's 4 Lima 0 8. I'm trying to read it 886 or 836 373. 4 Lima 0 886 373. So that's the part number you need in order to replace these clips. There is a vast tool for removing these clips, but they are really expensive, these tools, so we don't use it. We just, I mean, these clips are not expensive, so we just replace them always when we do this job. We just buy brand new ones and just replace them anyway. So we'll put the bench in. Obviously everything is to be plugged in, and then that will be job completed. So there you have it. ID.3 SOS module issue sorted. We've replaced the battery. We've done it pretty much live with you with a step-by-step procedure. We showed you how it's done. It's not a job I would recommend to do it on your own, especially that you need to have some technical knowledge, and most importantly, you need the connection to online services with Volkswagen. So you need all these online services to do this job. But now this car can go back on the road with no more SOS issues, so it's fully functional again. And yeah, for more information, links will be in the description as always. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.